Hey everyone, how's it going? Kelly here, and this is my 9-month on HRT update. So it has been a whole year since I came to the realization that I am transgender, and I am 48-year-old male to female trans woman. And it has been 9 months now since I got onto HRT, and I am absolutely loving my life. I am loving the changes, and it is astronomical at how much things have changed over this last year. I just made some cheat sheets here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. So let's get going. As if you've been searching around YouTube, you probably already know the basic changes that happen with HRT. I'm absolutely flabbergasted because I had no idea how quickly that they would happen or which ones wouldn't happen so fast. One of the things that I have absolutely always hated my entire life in a male body has been body hair. Everything from face to chest to back, everything. And I was a very woolly, hairy guy for many years. Back hair, chest hair, stomach hair, legs that look like a bush all the time. And now if I shave my legs, it is probably close to 3 weeks before I have to shave again. My chest hair, I still have a little bit on there. I usually shave about once every 2 weeks. And stomach hair is a little bit, but it's almost all gone. Back hair is all gone. Arm hair is all gone as well. Just very light, fine hair has come in its place. Facial hair, on the other hand, has been just major pain in the... Yeah. Needless to say, I went out and bought a Silken Flash and Go, and I have some choice words for it. I have used it almost to death since August last year, so that is pretty much the same amount of time I've been on HRT, so about 9 months. And using it the way that they intended it was not working for me, so I got to the point where I was flashing my face 2-3 times a week, and that still wasn't working. So then I end up holding it in one position and flashing it on the high setting for 3 or 4 times until I couldn't handle the pain. That worked. But on the other hand, it's not working as fast as I want. So I have lost about 50% of my facial hair. It still bothers me quite a bit because with makeup you can still see it, and even using an orange concealer, NYX makes a really nice one, but it still does not cover to what I want. So this week I am booked in for my first appointment for laser hair removal professional, and I'm looking very forward to that. It's taken me a very long time to get to that point of saying I can't do it on my own, I need some professional help in there. As well, I'm looking for a transgender voice coach, and hopefully I can find somebody out there who will help me get my voice up a little higher. Other changes, let's see, I changed my gender marker at the bank as well as at the dentist's office. I had some dental work done last month, and it was beautiful. That was so freeing to actually say to them, do you have my gender on file, and can I change it? And they're like, sure. So that was wonderful. And I also applied over 5 weeks ago now for my birth certificate, health card, and marriage certificate to be changed. And so that is the first of the legal changes that come through. From there, I can get my driver's license and then passport changed. Unfortunately, the cogs in the wheel turn very slowly with the province here, and I know that they're backed up at least 4 weeks. So I'm hoping that that gets done soon. That would be so wonderful to go through the summer actually having the proper gender marker showing on all of my ID. My hips are widening, which is really cool because up until this past month, there has been no change on my hips. I've grown into a B cup for my bust size. I've lost 4 inches on my chest. So my shoulders, chest size, I used to take a 42 coat in a men's, and I now fit a 38 women's. So, which is just phenomenal. I absolutely could not stand having big, bulky shoulders, and it still bothers me because they're still too big for my liking. But I've also done a lot of physical work in my life, and so I've broadened out in the shoulders. Also, being middle aged in a male body, that is also something that happens. So to lose 4 inches in there, I was just absolutely flabbergasted. So I lost 4 inches in the chest area and then gained 4 inches in the bust area. So that puts me at a 38B for bra size, which is yay. I was very concerned. My wife Audrey was very concerned that I was going to have to get breast augmentation, and she's just floored as well that I'm coming in so well. Okay, so I just really need to show you guys this because this just absolutely floored me. Last fall, this is the hoodie that I wore all fall right up until freeze up and into winter. And this is what I was using to work in. And when the spring came along, I really didn't realize how much my body had changed. And so I needed a coat just to go outside and putz around the yard. So I grabbed my old work hoodie, which I haven't worn since last October, and it's now, well, it's when I tried it on, it was actually in April. And I put it on, and this is how it fits. So I thought to myself, well, this is absolutely crazy. How do my arms actually shorten up that much? And it was just insane to think that. And then I realized that where the armpits actually are should be right there. And you guys can just see how much everything is just hanging on me. This used to be snug. So my whole arm has just changed in shape. Shape, size, not so much in length, but my chest has come in by 4 inches. I used to be a 42 chest, cross around the shoulders. Now I'm a 38. And honestly, like men's clothes that I had last year just do not fit me at all. It's just absolutely crazy how much my body has changed. And I'm absolutely loving it. This is the body that I've been waiting for my entire life. So needless to say, this hoodie, along with a lot of clothes that I wore last year, gone. So that is an awesome thing. As far as HRT, a lot of people ask me, what am I on and how much am I on? And I am on 8 milligrams of estradiol, of E, and 200 milligrams of spironolactone. And I know there's a lot of people out there who say, oh, the spironolactone is terrible, don't do that, don't take it. It's the one that was recommended by my doctor, and it has worked phenomenally for me. I really like the results of it, so I'm happy. So please, in the comments, if you're using something different, yeah, I know there's a lot of T blockers out there. I'm getting good results on the Spiro, and it's cheap, readily available here in Saskatchewan, and I'm very happy with the results. As far as SRS surgery is concerned, yes, and yes. I cannot wait to go to Montreal and get it done. There's only one place in Canada that does gender reassignment surgery. And unfortunately, there is only one psychiatrist in Saskatchewan who is qualified or licensed to sign off on it. I already have a diagnosis as gender dysphoria um, by one psychiatrist, and I have been treated for gender dysphoria for the last 9-10 months. But you have to wait a minimum of 1 year of living in the life that you, in the body that you want, that you identify with. And that is the bare minimum waiting period just to see the psychiatrist who can sign off on that. It is typically 3 to 4 years here in Saskatchewan for someone who's transgender who wants to get bottom surgery done. Excuse me. And I'm really hoping that because of my age and just how sure everybody's been all along on this journey with me, that this is what I'm going through, that will be fast-tracked a little bit. Unfortunately, the wait time, she is booked solid and has been for quite some time. So I'm hoping that I actually get an appointment date soon. By the sounds of it, it's going to be at least another year away. Yeah. Big changes. Spring has come, and so I have gone through all of my clothes that I had last year in a male body. And it is wonderful just to send them out to Goodwill. We've had to go shopping for a lot of new things. Dresses. One of the biggest things that I'm loving is dresses. It brought me to tears one night. We were talking about, we were watching a movie, my wife and I, and we were talking about how pretty this dress was that someone had on the show. And it hit me like a brick that for the first time in my life, I can wear dresses and nobody will look twice at me. So even though it's still a little chilly here, it is middle of May in 2019 here in Saskatchewan. And I have been wearing dresses like crazy every time we go out to the city or go on any trips. I've got a dress on no matter how cold it is. Insatiable Appetite. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how hungry I am on HRT, especially since it's been about 3 months since my meds have doubled. I used to be on 4 milligrams of E and 100 milligrams of T-blocker, and my doctor upped that about 3 or 4 months ago, and I cannot eat enough food, which is terrible from the standpoint that I don't want to get overweight. I'm finding in a female body that fat distribution is one thing, but when the weight goes on, the weight does not come off as easy as it was when I was in my old body. Not a terrible thing, but it is something different that I have to learn. And questions asked. What was the worst question that I have been asked by anybody? Well, number one, actually there's a few of them, things that you just don't ask transgender people. So how does it work for sex with you and your wife? None of your business. It's our personal lives, not yours. We don't ask about your sex life. Please don't ask about ours. Let's just say that we're happily married. Number two, and that doesn't matter if you're family or not, you do not have the right to ask anybody out there about that. Number two, does that make you a lesbian couple? Who the cares? If we love each other, we love each other. And again, it's no one's business. And if you really need to figure us out and stick us in some sort of a little box so that your mind can understand it, well, you go ahead and you figure out whatever you want, but you won't get any answers from us. And one of the worst questions asked from a family member was, what makes you think that you're transgender? And it's almost like you're expected to justify, who you are as a human being. And all that I can say is that now that I've transitioned, I feel so comfortable in my own skin. I feel like I'm home for the first time. My smile is genuine. I don't have to try to put on a smile or to pretend to be happy. I wake up excited to start the day. Work has been extremely busy lately, and I've been starting at 6 in the morning and usually hitting the sack by about midnight and getting up and doing it all over again the next day. And that's just to catch up on the backlog of work that we have in our company. And I'm absolutely loving it. Audrey has worried about me in the past because what used to happen is I used to spiral out of control. I had anger issues. And every time that our company would start getting a little bit busier and I'd have 3 or 4 jobs to juggle, I would just end up losing it and I would start spinning and I couldn't focus or concentrate on any one of those jobs. And so what ended up happening is nothing got done, or I would just blow up, lose my top. And now I kind of look at it and I say, the work will get done when the work gets done. We've got wonderful clients who love us and support us a lot. And so you be realistic with your time frames on when you can deliver. And you just work as much as you can. When I start getting exhausted and I can't handle the 6 to 12 days, then I sleep in and I get up at 8 and I start my day. Or I shut down at supper time, or dinner if you're in the US, I guess we call it there, but around 6 p.m. at night. And Audrey and I will just lay on the couch and we'll watch a movie. And sometimes I'll be so exhausted I'll peter out and fall asleep before the movie's done. But I know how to take care of my body now. And I take everything in stride. Nothing really gets under my skin anymore. I don't have any anger issues like I used to. Life is good. If you have any questions about being transgender or anything that I've encountered along the way, other than our sex life, off limits, out of bounds, but anything else, please feel free, shoot us some comments. I know everybody really enjoyed a video where my wife Audrey was in it. And so if you shoot us a bunch of questions, we'll do another Q&A. That seemed to go over quite well. I wish you guys all the best. If you are transitioning yourself and you are married, I wish you all the best with your spouse and that things work out well. I am very fortunate, very blessed to have an awesome wife who loves me very much and was my advocate for doing this transition. If it wasn't for her, I would have ended up going to my grave in a male body. It's beautiful if you're fortunate enough to have someone that loves you that much in your life. So with that being said, I love you guys all very much and come along for the ride. Subscribe to our channel. And if you want to check us out on Facebook or Instagram or check out our blog, you can search for Riverstone Studios or Riverstone Naturals and find out how we actually put bread on our table and make a living. So love you guys very much. Talk to you again. Bye.